Let's watch this video. Let's see this tomato.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Do you like them?
Yeah, now you've seen those so beautiful tomatoes. Follow me on the production journey. Let's see how we produce those tomatoes in southeastern Nigeria. Yeah, a place known for its high rainfall, high relative humidity, high temperature, and high pest level. Yeah, the level of pest in southeastern Nigeria is unprecedented. Reasons being that it is a rainforest. Yeah. So, but tomato production in the field is still very possible. Yeah, you don't necessarily need a screen house or greenhouse to produce tomato in southeastern Nigeria. Follow me on this journey. Let's go. Yeah, it's possible to grow tomato in southeastern Nigeria in the field. We started by raising the tomatoes in the nursery in a makeshift screen house. As you can see, they are looking very fresh and young. So after raising them in the nursery, the next thing was to transplant to the field. And in the field, we already laid out, as you can see, the nursery we are transplanting. But something happened. We mulched all the different beds with neem leaves. Why neem leaves? Because the place is filled with nematodes. So we use neem leaves to control nematodes, to see if nematode would it will help reduce the effect of a nematode in the soil. As you can see, this is about 2 weeks after transplanting. We are doing everything necessary to ensure that they had the best of environment. So just continue watching as I explain to you what we did. This is an open field, no screen house, everything is just open, like very open. We sticked the tomatoes using rope and sticks, applied poultry manure. Here they are growing, they are flowering already. And the mulch materials, they've dried up and most of them decayed at this level. At this point, they are already flowering, and we are taking record of everything. We are taking data because we want to we want to be sure that what we are doing here is not, the result we are getting is not by mistake or by chance. So we take daily readings of all that we see in the field. I personally ensure I take the readings myself. Look at how we do it. See, everything kept on going well. At a point, some seedlings were affected, but then by pests and diseases, but that was so insignificant. And I mean so insignificant, like 1 in 100. We kept taking readings every day. They had already started flowering at this point. Tomato production in southeastern Nigeria is one thing so many persons avoid. Not up to 1% of the farmers in this area think of growing tomato in the open. Everybody thinks tomato can only be grown in the greenhouses. But we are here to tell you that it is not true. You can actually grow tomato in open space, especially when you have the right variety. When you have the right varieties. When I said right varieties, it's very important you take note of that. Right varieties. We kept on weeding the farm, made sure they are weed free until at a point we stopped weeding. as you can see, they stay fruiting. They are bearing fruits already, and look at how well fruited they are. Like so much fruit. Some had up to 30 fruits on them. That's very wonderful. And as we know, the most common disease of tomato in southeastern Nigeria is the blossom end rot and and diseases of associated with pests. So look at how beautiful these tomatoes are. Before they
Tomatoes,
ripened.
you can see some of them
At
are
this point,
already
they were
nearing maturity.
already
I think by next
nearing
week they
ripening.
may
They
be,
were about to ripen.
let
They
me not
had
say they may be
attained
ripening, but
physiological
they are
maturity
nearing
here.
maturity. So this is what we have here, as you can see. As you can see.
Tomato production proved to be a very, very good business for southeastern Nigeria. Look at how they are all well fruited. And one good thing here is that what we used were only botanicals. Botanicals, yeah. When I said botanicals, we used only neem. Botanicals from neem alone. And neem is one common plant that can be found everywhere around here. They actually proved to be effective in reducing
Wow.
these
So
pests
my
and
greatest fear
diseases.
this morning was
Here we are smiling, knowing that yes, we are going to make fortune from this tomato. And here they are, already ripened. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So these are the tomatoes, and we kept on harvesting tomato here for more than 1 month or close to 2 months. They kept on ripening, fruiting and ripening until when it was obvious that they had become tired of fruiting. You can't beat that. See, a very wonderful result. So when next you hear tomatoes cannot grow, doesn't do well in the rainforest of southeastern Nigeria, tell that person that it is not true. With the right varieties, with the right cultivars, one can actually go into commercial tomato production in southeastern Nigeria. I mean in open space, not necessarily in screen house or greenhouses. One beautiful thing is that even the blossom end drought, which we were very scared of because of the nature of southeastern Nigeria, the rainforest, was not even much. Was not much because we had to. One maybe perhaps because we mulched, and not only that we mulched. At a point when they had after fruiting, we stopped weeding, making it possible for moisture conservation in the soil. Yes, we know some of the causes of blossom end drought is inadequate calcium, inadequate irrigation, and a couple of other factors. So we were able to provide mulching at the initial stage and leaving the farm unweeded towards the tail end when the fruits were already heavy on the plant probably helped. So these tomatoes are looking so beautiful, and believe me, they tasted so wonderfully, so nice in the dishes we prepared with the tomatoes. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Tomato production in southeastern Nigeria outside of the screen house or greenhouses is very, very possible. This is one thing we should know. And neem leaf as mulch material has proved that yes, it is possible. We can actually use that. Even controlling of pests and insects, we did that with the extracts we got from neem leaf. By merely washing of neem leaf in warm water, we were able to do what? Spread them, and the pests were nowhere to be found. Look at how beautiful all the tomatoes you've seen in this video are. The few cases of diseases encountered in this farm I will show you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe and watch. Everything we do here is practical, live and direct in the farm.
you like our tomato? Our tomato is so beautiful. Just feel like taking a bite already, but I've not washed it. As you can see, our hands are still dirty. My hand is still dirty. but we prefer to use our because we don't work alone in the farm. We don't work alone in the farm. So when I tell you can grow tomato in southeastern Nigeria, I mean every bit of the world. Look at how beautiful. We just harvested this here and now. And from some of the plants we harvested as much as 17, 18, some up to 20 fruits per stand. And 20 of this size of fruit from a plant, I think should be within the neighborhood of 1,500 or 2,000 because there's tomato in the market now. And someone cultivated about 2,000 stands or more on a plot of land. Tell me why you won't break even. Tell me why you won't make money. Tell me why you won't be rich. Tell me why Southeastern Nigeria cannot feed themselves. Southeastern Nigeria can actually feed herself. I mean, our land is fertile. We have all it takes to grow tomato. We have all it takes to grow yam. We have all it takes to grow okra. Just name it. So next time when they tell you the Southeastern Nigeria cannot survive on their own, I mean, um, with respect to feeding, tell them it's a lie. You can produce your own food, but then if you can't do commercial, produce this for your own personal consumption, for your own good, for your own health. At least this particular one, we are sure of what we produce. No chemicals, no additives. It's purely organic, and it's good for the body. Thank you.